Hello everybody. Been a while. I really need to make a video, so got some time tonight, jumping on. And even though it's been like 2 months, over 2 months, since I went away to the Austin Psych Fest, I still wanted to make a video where I talked about it. so no music in the background, just me. Sorry if I bore you. But wanted to talk about it. Talk about meeting everybody. Memory's probably a little hazy at this point, but I really had a blast. I don't know if I'll be going next year, but I really had a blast. And when I first get there, of course, I visit my sister for a day, and then Nate picks me up the next day. And always fun meeting him. He's just nothing but heart. He is exactly the way he is in his videos. I mean, that's just Nathan. Get to our hotel rooms when we get down to Austin. Of course, we had to stop and eat. But tacos, man. But the first person I met after Nathan was the Grecian Thunder, Andreas, the big lovable bear. My mother had actually stopped by. Apparently she was in the area. Go figure, I didn't know this. But she stops by in the hotel room, and I'm sitting there chatting with her. Hadn't seen her for I don't know, over 4 years. Probably closer to 5 years. Actually, it's been a while. And get a knock on the door, and it's Andreas, and I think my mom's friend opened the door. He just comes by, and he walks in, and he looks at me, and boom, big bear hug. And like pulls away and looks at me, and then hugs me again, and then pulls away and does like a little Andreas laugh, like hugs me again. And he was so drunk. I mean, I was like, wow, you are so hammered, dude. But, I mean, just a happy, lovable ball of joy, Andreas. Looked like a sailor, wearing the little stupid sailor hat with the big beard. Such a blast. But, I mean, that was the first person I saw. And he must have came by. It must have been like 10 at night or something. And I'm situated in the hotel room waiting for Raul. And, you know, we just sit there, start talking a bit, and just talk with my mom and everything. And just periodically he would look over me and like, get this little gleam in his eye and just give me another hug. Such a joy. I mean, he was pretty much drunk the whole time. But like I said, he's just a warm ball of love. Andreas, and it was the Grecian Thunder. And I gave him my Spock book. I hope you're reading it, Andreas. I hope you enjoy it. And anyways, he leaves after a while. Went to go with his friend Bobcat. And it was after midnight. My mom was leaving, and I spotted Raul downstairs. And said goodbye to my mom. Went over and helped Raul up. It was after midnight. It must have been 12 or 12:30 at this point. And you know, he brings tacos over. And I'm like, shit, I'm always up for eating. And these tacos were awesome. His mom had made them. It was a carne asada and then some pork that he had. It was marinated in something. It was sweet and sticky. It was delicious. Pineapple. Something in pineapple. I can't remember. But the pork was great. So, you know, he makes some tacos, and we're, you know, me, him, and his brother, Eric, cool cat, sitting there eating tacos like 12:31 at night. And, of course, everyone else is asleep. Andreas is asleep. You know, I call Nathan, he's asleep. We're like, whatever. Sit there, eat tacos, something. Went to bed, I don't know, 2 o'clock or something. Raul, such a joy. Even though we're only a few years apart, I think I'm 4 years older than him. mentally, Raul is in a far different place from me. You know, the mental age, he's a lot younger than I am. You know, my actual age and my mental age are just way up there, over the hill mentally. And so it was fun to be around him and his brother, because he just has that youthful energy about him. You know, Raul, man, awesome to spend time with you. Hope I get to do it again, maybe sometime in the future, 2-3 years maybe. I'll hit the love-in again, and we could split a hotel. but I mean, it's such a joy. We're pretty much picking on each other the entire time, but nothing wrong with that. And Raul was just perpetually late. The whole time we were sitting there, we'd go to end of an ear, and we were always sitting there waiting for him, but all is well. I'm trying to think, if we're going chronologically, who was the next person I met? Stephanie and her friend Kelly. Stephanie, Tweet Girl? What the hell is it? Oh, I forget. I'm sorry. I can't remember her name on the thing, but Stephanie is just full of smiles. Very warm, always smiling, always happy, very, very, very gentle, you know, spirit, you could tell. Exactly like she is on her videos. Total sweetheart. Kelly, her friend, exactly the same thing. It was a blast. It was a blast. And her and Kelly would go off and do their own thing and hanging with Andreas and going about. And she had a press pass, so, you know, she does her thing, and she was always taking pictures and doing interviews and stuff. Very cool. And another person that was off doing their own thing, of course, is Michael Myers. Barely got to see him. Criminally short meeting with Michael. Man, Michael, if you're watching, I hope sometime that we get together and we can sit down, eat a proper meal, and talk. That's for sure. Oh, who else am I leaving out? Who am I leaving out? Oh, I'm going to forget people. I know I'm forgetting people. Chad and his beautiful wife. Of course, how could I forget Chad? Just so nice. Chad and his wife, just so nice. It's like you look at him and it's like, stop being so nice. It's like just the guy that's the middle addict, and he's just so nice. It was hilarious. He was just, he was popping in and out doing his own thing. The last day of the Psych Fest, I don't even think he was there. Him and his wife went out on a town. But really didn't get to spend that much time with Chad either, now that I think about it. Most we did talk was when we were in eating tacos, the Baja shrimp. If you were there, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm forgetting people. I know I'm forgetting people. I'll remember as I start to go along. But nonetheless. Oh yes. Duh. How could I forget? Zeke Geek. Zach popped his head in a little bit later, and he was just running around doing his own thing too. but it was like a love affair with Zach. He kept looking at me. He's like, "Oh man, look at your hair. It's so nice, and oh, you're so tall and you're strapping." And it was hilarious. I thought if the guy didn't have a wife, we'd be getting it on, you know, under a bush or behind a tree or something. He kept looking. He's like, "Man, I love your hair. Look, you got no grays." I'm like, "I'm only 29. I shouldn't have grays yet." Zach was definitely cool. One of those unique guys. Very chill, like he is in his videos. I held his records for him a little bit because they were sitting in the car and probably melting and warping. I hope they ended up all right. Anyways, onward with the music. First thing I got to show here wasn't a band that was playing there, But this was a gift from Nathan that he gave me. A Daga Bloom? I don't know how you want to pronounce it. No curtains. Fuzzed out, real heavy sounding, psychedelic with bits of poppy vocals and stuff. It's pretty damn good. You know, Nathan, I know I thanked you before, but thanking you again here to show this. Acid Mother's Temple. Astrogasm from the inner space, off of Important Records. I didn't get this there, but I had ordered it or pre-ordered it beforehand from Important Records. Again, a double album, but no gatefold. Man, need to start whipping out them gatefolds with these. But beautiful, beautiful, translucent or transparent, however you want to put it. Yellow vinyl with some very nice labels. Acid Mother's Temple was probably my favorite band I saw playing. Second time seeing them play. Both times I've seen them play, I was with Nathan. Go figure, in Texas, because you know they don't come to Florida apparently. So whatever. But oh man, better this time than I saw them before. They were playing down by the river, and Nathan and I were making our way down, and we were trying to get up close to the stage, but we could just only really get to the side of it because it was real crowded. And they do the first song, and Kawabata's like, no, 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 louder, louder. He's yelling at like the people. He's like, louder, must be loud all the way. And then he's like looking over at the crowd, and because, you know, the sound engineer's like arguing with him. He looks over and he gets on the mic. He's like, is it loud enough? And everyone's like, whoa. He's like, must be louder. Then I guess they finally turn it up louder and he starts playing again. And it was so loud. I mean, my ears were ringing, and I had, you know, earplugs in. And, oh, what a blast. As the show was getting on, you know, the people that couldn't handle it after a while were starting to shuffle out. So we went from being into the side and slowly creeping up into the front to the point where we were really right up in the front of the stage, right in front of Kawabata. I mean, there was, towards the end of it, I think there was only one person in front of Nathan and Karina, and I was behind Nathan and Karina. And so I was right there up by the stage. And it was mind-blowing. It was really damn good. And at the end of it, Kawabata, you know, lights his guitar on fire, and he's sitting there spraying it, and he lights it, and flame flows out, and he's swinging it around, drops it on the floor, sprays it, Jimi Hendrix style, flames up in the thing, lights cymbals on fire, and the drummer's still hitting them and going. And the crowd went berserk. I mean, at that point, I couldn't hear the music. All I heard was the screams of the crowd. Everybody was going crazy. I think I went a little bit crazy. I know. I tried to get some pictures of it. Didn't work out very well, but I know Nathan was fabulous pictures he got with his very big fancy phone he's got. My little flip phone I still got. But, I mean, just awesome energy. They, of course, played a couple of the new album, and then some of the classics that they always have to play, like a Pink Lady Lemonade. Awesome version of Pink Lady Lemonade. It always starts out slow, and then they freak out at the end. But, you know, it builds up real slow, it goes into a freak out, and then, boom, they immediately go into another song, cut that into another song, and then, right as that song ends with some fuzzed out reverb, bam, right back into Pink Lady Lemonade, right as the freak out. It was like completely seamless, beautiful. I was just, oh, I loved it. And of course they close with that and a reverb and the shit and the flames. I mean, awesome, awesome, awesome show. Of course I got a shirt, but oh, the shirts! I got 3 shirts. I forgot to pull them out the show, but oh well, who cares? Whatever. Other bands we got. Okay, Dead Meadow. I picked up 2 Dead Meadow albums. You know, I haven't even opened them to listen to. I am so Oh, I'm so bad. I'm not one of those people that just buys records and seals them and not play them, I swear. But I just haven't gotten around to listen to it. I mean, Dead Meadow, of course, classic band. Been around for a while, I do believe. But I mean, they awesome playing them. Again, they were playing down by the river. And the whole crowd kind of congregated over to the side. And I mean, everybody was standing up and we're sitting down on this hill. So we couldn't even see them. We were just sitting there enjoying the sounds. At night, really, really good experience listening to them. Oh, picked up these two. Raul was telling me about them beforehand. Both these off of Thrill Jockey, I do believe. But the Guardian Alien. Is this the front? Yeah, that's the front. What do we got? It's a Spiritual Emergency. And See the World Given to a One Love Entity. This is a duo / 3-piece with some kick-ass drumming. I mean, the timing was a little screwed up, so I really didn't get to see him play. I saw him play for like maybe 5 or 10 minutes. Because the timing when they were playing got all kind of wacky and screwed up, and bands started playing earlier and leaving. So we'd look and be like, oh, okay, you know, 10 minutes till they go, and we start walking over there, and then we get there, and it's like, oh shit, they're playing, and then they ended by the time they were supposed to start. I don't know what the hell happened. So unfortunately, I really didn't get to see him play very much. But some of the most awesomely complex drumming. I mean, hard technical drumming. That's just. I mean, just amazingly fast, very hard stuff to play, and the guy's going like it's absolutely nothing. With a lady doing some synth vocal manipulation thing, and improvised music, I should say. And then they didn't have the guitarist there, but they have a guitarist who plays over this, and it's a very sort of free spiritual thing. I mean, awesome music. I don't want to say it's like mind expanding or anything, but it's the kind of music that when you're listening to, your ear hears it and your mind's kind of like, whoa, what is that? You know? Very, very, very killer band. Definitely check him out if you can. Like I said, I was a little peeved that I didn't get to see him play that much. I just came in at the end. I was like, ugh. Spoke a little bit with the guy who was the drummer, and I was like, I don't even really have words. I was like, you're just awesome. And Aqua Nebula Oscillator. This was one of the bands I was really looking forward to seeing. They have a almost sort of a dark spiritual psychedelicness, if you would. I don't want to call it gothic, but it's a little like that. It's sort of like a gothic psychedelia. I mean, really, really cool band. They have an awesome album that they did a split with Cadaver. And, oh, Cadaver! Whew! I'm going to interrupt this one. It picked up the new Aqua Nebula Oscillator, but the Cadaver was playing. I didn't pick up their LP. Because, I mean, I've heard them. And on their records, it's just sort of like, oh, okay, they're okay. It's not like it's anything I haven't heard before. It's kind of like that, you know, 70s hard rock sound, you know, bits of metal and psychedelia in there. It's like, it's nothing I haven't heard before. When I heard them, they never really impressed me. But I went and I saw them play live, and I was blown away. They kicked ass on stage. I mean, they get up there and they're all real tall looking, and the long hair and the beards, and the drummer's just the entire time. I'm like, this guy's neck must kill him by the end of the show. And the guitarist, the vocalist, the guitarist singer is up there just ripping away. I mean, they really were fucking fantastic live. And it sort of kind of throws me for a curveball, because why don't they sound that good on the records? So I didn't pick up their record, even though they blew me away live. But it was really weird. It was sort of a disconnect from their live playing to the records, at least for me. So maybe sometime in the future I'll kick around and I'll get, you know, one or two of their records. But live, oh my God, if you guys ever get to see Cadaver play live, don't miss that opportunity. They're awesome live. Awesome live. And the last two we got came off of Beyond Beyond is Beyond, Kikigaku Moyo. Another one of those bands that pretty much partly the reason I went to Psych Fest. But I had pre-ordered this from the label, and they threw in this one. I don't know if it was by accident or if it was like a freebie. I really don't know. I opened it up and I was like, I didn't order it, but hell, I'll take it. Some very tasty vinyl too. Look at that. Very, very nice. I really like that. The pink and the white. Beautiful coloring. Pink purplish, whatever. But Jeffertiti's Jeffertiti's Nile. What's it? The Electric Hour. It's okay. I don't think I would have actually ordered it if it were just up to me. But to get it free, I mean, shit, yeah. You know, on occasion I'll listen to it. Psychedelic, fuzzed out music with some real sort of far out indistinguishable vocals, almost with a poppy edge to it. Like I said, it's okay. It's okay. It's not bad. I really can't say anything bad about it. Just not something I would always listen to. But definitely cool to get. I mean, like I said, I don't know if it was meant to be a freebie, like they threw it in there, or if it was by accident, but the more the merrier. At least for me. And of course, Kikigaku Moyo. Oh, Forest of Lost Children. This one also has some very nice vinyl and came with a little poster as well. Kikigaku Moyo is one of those bands I found out about last year, and I immediately ordered their LP, and it just before I could even make a video, it just sold out. So it was look at that vinyl. I think they described it as like a bone or a swamp or something like that, like a swamp green with a bone ash or something like that. Very cool colored vinyl. And I love the black sleeve. I always like pulling a record out and it's a black sleeve. I don't know why. It's just something different, I suppose. But one of those bands I found out about, and just, I mean, awesome Japanese group, real young guys like they must be in their early 20s or mid 20s, and just making some awesome psychedelic music, Japanese underground psychedelic music that has that Eastern edge to it with some sitar and some really smooth bass. I mean, really damn enjoy this band. When I found out they were playing there, that basically sealed the deal. And they are pretty damn good live, too. But, of course, had to order the new one. I ordered a cassette. Ooh, I should show that one. Cassette. This is, what is it? Meadow Clouds. Picked up a cassette they have. Two sort of like live improvised jams. One's a Pond, the first track's almost 28 minutes long. This, I already pre-ordered it, I'll put a link down for you guys, but this is being issued on the vinyl, as well as in a package along with their first album being reissued. So even though I already have their first album, I ordered both of them. Can't help myself. I really wanted this on vinyl because I really enjoy that first track. That is a very improvised, mellow track that's just endless. Like I said, it's almost 28 minutes long. It's 10 seconds short of 28 minutes. So real cool. But this album, really damn good. I want to say it's just as equal as the first. Like, there's bits on this I like better than their first album. Then there's bits on the first album I like better than this one. I can't really say which is better. But it really doesn't matter because they're very equal and on par, and you could tell that this is just, you know, that's their sound, and they've carried their sound over to this album, and I really damn enjoy it. Smoke and Mirrors is probably my favorite track on this. And The Streets of Calcutta has some really prominent sitar playing on that one. But them playing live was kind of funny because the whole trip I kept telling everybody, we can't miss Kikagaku Moyo. We cannot miss them play. And of course nobody knows them but me. And I kept telling everyone, trust me, you're not going to want to miss this band. And they were playing Down by the River again. And it was hot. The sun was out and it was hot. And they were up there on the stage sweating. You could tell they were hot too. And I get down there. I kind of got separated from everybody. I get down there and I see Raul, and I go sit next to Raul. And Nathan's up and a little bit back, and the girls are up at the top. I found them later after the show, and it was like, man, they sounded really good live. They sounded exactly like they sound on the records, which is pretty cool when a band can translate that live energy onto an album. That's pretty damn enjoyable for me. And you know, the last song comes on in the end, and I mean, the crowd was just like, oh man, more. You know, they were like, oh, going for an encore. And you could see they asked the people in the back, and they're like, okay, one more. He's like, oh, one more song. Everyone goes nuts, and you start playing the last song. It was really damn good, and I was pretty, I don't know if happy is the word, but I was satisfied that here's a band that I really like. They're a new band. You know, only started last year with the first album. Now they have 3 coming out with the second album, then the press of the tape, Meadow Clouds, and they were getting recognized. So when the show's over, I'm looking for Nathan, and he wasn't there, and I remember telling him beforehand. I was like, because we were looking at their stuff, I was like, if you want the album, you better buy it now, because when they start playing, people are going to come over here afterwards and just immediately grab it up. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. I went up when they were done playing, and there was this big crowd surrounding the buying booth, and I wanted the shirt. I ended up getting a black one. I wanted the white one, the white shirt that had their logos on it and stuff, and they didn't have any in an extra large. They're like, oh, we just sold out of that. I was like, okay, well, give me the black one, an extra large. And she's like, okay. She goes digging, and she's like, I'm sorry, we're out of that one too. And she's like, oh wait, hold on. And she pulls out the one up top, which happened to be an extra large, the one hanging, and gives that to me. So I got the last one. But I mean, I didn't even listen to my own advice. Had I listened to my own advice, I wouldn't have lost out on the shirt I wanted. But I got the other shirt, which is cool. And I'd already pre-ordered the album. But I think Raul got the last album that they had up there. Nathan, I know, really enjoyed this. He did a Dig It, one of his Dig It series on this, which is cool. But Kikagaku Moyo, put a link down there for you guys. Definitely check them out. I think I've rambled and talked enough. One more thing I should say. When we were there, we were listening to a group. Was it Bardo Pond? Yeah, it was Bardo Pond. And a guy comes up to me. He recognized me, which is a trip. He watches. I'm sorry, dude. I can't remember your name. I want to say it was Kevin, but don't take my word for that. If you're watching, you know who you are. Hello. Definitely cool. It was the first time that I've had somebody recognize me, and we're playing, and he comes over and says, excuse me, are you Sequoia Flame? I was like, oh yeah, hey, David, and talked a little bit about music. He doesn't collect records, but he is a lover of music, which is cool. You don't have to enjoy listening to records to watch my channel. If you enjoy the music and were like-minded, well, hell, you can get this stuff digitally. You can get it on CDs. You don't just have to enjoy records. Although it's my preferred choice, but it was definitely a trip. Running into somebody that recognized me. Also ran into Bill there. Made another video where I talked about that though, so I won't go into detail about that. But I think I've talked enough. I'm going to try and make another video, see if I can get this done. I got some other new buys and goodies to share, but Until next time,